Welcome to the 2024-2025 PAC8 Championship game. It's the 29th season of the PAC8 Conference existence. And today, the PAC8 trophy will be awarded to either the University of Washington Huskies or the California Golden Bears. Hi, everybody. I'm Ryan Carlson, along with Gary Allen and Josh Gores. And we're going to go right down to ice level for the anthem and take you up to opening puck drop here from Eastern Washington University. It's championship hockey time from the Student Recreation Center at Eastern Washington University, located right in the heart of campus. And it's the Golden Bears and the Huskies about to face off for the final game of the PAC8 Championship weekend for the PAC8 Championship trophy. This conference was founded back in 1995. Cal makes its first championship appearance since 2019 when they lost to the Oregon Ducks, and UW's back in the final game. Last time they were there was 2023 when they won the PAC8 trophy against the University of Utah. 8 of those players are on the team here in this season and here today. We bring in Gary Allen. Gary, you're down there where you've been all weekend, most of the weekend, in the left third of the ice, and it's become Gary's perch during the course of the playoff week and, the weekend. And I'm excited for this PAC8 championship game. Dominic Wolf and Tyson Storr chatting at the faceoff dot. While they look to their left, and Gary down there, they're doing some ice repair. All the officials are down there and are working on the ice. The players must have found something going on.
Well, it's interesting.
That needs a repair there.
Because none of the maintenance crews coming out, so I'm not really sure what they're looking at. Here comes Mason now. He's walking toward their alleys coming out, but I think they got that corrected. I don't know exactly what they're looking at. It's a tiny spot, though, right by the netminder Redding out there.
Yep, Zach Reddy in the net for the University of Washington. And on the other side, it's Aiden Como, who got first team All-PAC8 honors at the award banquet and PAC8 All-Rookie Team honors and has been outstanding for the Bears this season. So is Zach Reddy for the Huskies. Reddy from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, was in the net yesterday, last night against San Jose State University in UW's win over the Spartans. Big 10-1 win. And Reddy in his second season with UW.
And so did I hear you correctly? Como's only a freshman?
Yes. Freshman from Newport Beach, California. And this year, 16-0 in the regular season with the Golden Bears. 4 shutouts, almost 1,000 minutes played. And he's got a 1.51 goals against average and a .938 save percentage.
What's his background? What division, what league did he come from? Because that kid is extremely talented.
Well, Como grew up playing Anaheim Junior Ducks hockey and has spent the season with the Phoenix Junior Coyotes, all AAA. His best season was with the Junior Coyotes. 16 AAA. Then he went back to the Junior Ducks. And so he grew up in Southern California playing AAA travel hockey and then spent a few years playing junior hockey in 2022-2023 with the Winkler Flyers of the Manitoba Junior Hockey League. And then last season he was with the Olds Grizzlies of the Alberta Junior Hockey League. So some Canadian junior hockey experience for Como. Now in his first year in collegiate club hockey with the California Golden Bears.
That's a major find for Cal, being a freshman, as talented he is. Their future looks bright in the net. But one thing I was sitting there thinking, driving out here today, and it's going to be interesting that first 2-3 minutes as we watched in the last couple days. Cal, let's face it, they got off to a couple slow starts, which is in contrast because UW, both games, they just came out blaring. If I remember right, they scored against WSU within the first 15 seconds. And it'll be interesting how Cal deals with that. I think the start of the game, more than I've seen this weekend, is going to have a big bearing on this. And so that's what I'm looking at right now is how do these two teams start?
Start's going to be important. It's going to be vital. And you're going to be a little bit delayed because they've got the ice being repaired down to the left side still. And they've got everybody looking at the ice surface out there. And PAC8 commissioner watching from the other side of the rink.
Well, they got their big guns down there looking at the ice. They're their main ice people. So they brought the Freon can out there too, so that's what they're doing. They're just trying to get in hard. And there's Josh. Good to see him out here.
We got Josh Gores along the broadcast as well. And Josh, welcome in. And it's been the three of us calling all the action this weekend. It's been an exciting weekend, but no real surprises as the top seed in all contests have advanced and moved on. And that's why we have seeds number 1 and 2 in the championship game here this morning.
Well, even if there haven't been any upsets this weekend, there definitely have been some close games and some nail-biters that got our heart pumping and weren't exactly what we were expecting to see. And we saw some great performances from some of the lower-seeded teams who made fantastic efforts despite not being able to make it to further rounds.
You got us on the camera here. Josh Gores, I'm Ryan Carlson. You can see Gary in the camera, too. You can see him. See if I can point to his direction. There he is. He's waving. And, well, here, the camera – come on back. We're getting Gary in the shot. There he is, by the red pillar.
Yeah, my pillar. Remember that. I'm going to have a plaque put up here for me.
We didn't want him down here at the main booth with us. No, just kidding. We wanted him.
You exiled me. Come on, Ryan. Let's go now. Let's go. But I like it down here. This is nice. I got to see a lot of tendencies that I wouldn't have at the booth.
And players still skating around the ice, warming up. And it's been fun to have Gary down there and have a three-man call here. They're still repairing the ice and making sure that it's game ready because it is the championship game after all.
And it's interesting. It's just one little spot that they're zeroed in on. And so I'm not sure what happened.
They've got a puck down there. They're trying to hammer some ice into that thing. Meanwhile, UW's running some drills around the far faceoff circle. Passing drill, keeping their skills fresh, warming up the hands a little bit. Zach Reddy moving around. Some Golden Bears skaters stretching. And we'll just go through some notes here about the championship game. And we talked about it at the top. But UW is looking to claim this PAC8 trophy, the coveted conference championship trophy, here in the building today for the 4th time in its history. Last time they claimed it was 2 years ago. Right here on this ice, Gary, in 2023 against the University of Washington, a program which has since moved up to Division I club hockey.
I think you meant University of Oregon.
I'm sorry, that's right. That was Oregon. Last year, Utah won it. And Cal looks for its second PAC8 trophy win in its program history. First time the Golden Bears won the PAC8 championship was way back in 2004 against USC, a team they knocked off yesterday in overtime. That has been the most exciting game of the tournament thus far, and Cal won just about 3 minutes into the first overtime period to punch their ticket to this game.
Hands down, that was the most exciting game. That was a nail-biter from start to finish. But, Josh, I want to pick up where you left off. There hasn't been any upsets. That's what surprises me. Is usually in a hockey tournament, there's always an upset that no one predicted. And I go to the Mountain West Conference. Utah upset Montana State to win that conference tournament yesterday. So that was a surprise for me. We haven't had an upset.
Puck is finally dropped. Starters for the Golden Bears in net, Aiden Como. On left D, it's Jack Burbank. He's got the puck now. On his right side, Trent Torria at right defense. Up front, it's Tyson Storr on the left, Sean McAvoy at center, and Patrick Liu on the right. For the University of Washington Huskies, it's Zach Reddy in the net, Chris Williams on left defense, and Darren Morris on the right. Center up front is Ben Lampman, left wing Brendan Lang, and right wing Dominic Wolf. And we've already had one change for the Huskies, and that forward unit goes off and completes the rest of that change. Here's Irwin sliding and falling at the blue line as he tried to corral the puck, and now sending it into the zone for UW is Jake Ferguson. Cal from its own end. Sorry, Gary.
No, that was my fault, Ryan. Josh, we were talking briefly when we got on a little early today. I'm going to find it intriguing on the start of this game, what we mentioned in reference to it. UW came out firing in their first two games. They scored within 15 seconds against WSU. If I'm not mistaken, it was within a minute last night. And Cal seemed to both games start off a little slow. So I'm looking at the start to see how both teams get going.
It's actually Chris Williams in number 39 today, not a jersey number he's worn. Here's Mark Reyna, might have a step if he can win the battle of the puck. Backhand in front, of move by Patrick Liu, stopped by Reddy with the right pad, and that's a big statement save early on in this championship game. But here's Liu again, into the front, taken down by Tracy. He's going to draw a penalty as Liu, with a couple of grade A chances early, a minute and a half in, Cal goes to the power play.
Yeah,
sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
What I'm seeing so far is, UW, they're doing a really good job of sort of tampering Cal's very effective breakout strategy, and they're slowing down their speed in their own zone. But what I'm seeing here is Cal's doing a really good job on offensive. Once they actually do get through the neutral zone, they're doing a really good job of maintaining control and setting up plays. And especially with this power play, I don't know how the UW defense is going to really stop that here.
Well, right now, Cal started off quicker than I've seen, without a doubt, in their first two games. They got UW chasing them a bit. It'll be interesting with that great save Reddy just did to see if that'll spark them a little bit more for UW. But Cal's definitely started off a lot quicker.
Roy Chabaklo across the blue line. Little reverse hit along the far boards as he got the puck in, but it escapes back out. And Cal with the man advantage here for the next minute and a half. Regroup from behind its own net. Saucer pass ahead. Tape to Bartolo. Reyna almost snuck through Arzumanov. And we've got a penalty upcoming, I think, to UW. Again, a tripping call as Reyna went down. He and Peter Konopka exchange pleasantries atop the left circle, and Konopka to the box. Cal goes to an early 5-on-3 man advantage.
Well, this is definitely interesting that you talk about a golden opportunity for the Bears. This is here, but I can see where Kepka was kind of questioning that, because that was an interesting tripping call on that from my vantage point, and it actually happened right in front of me. So, but Gal, this is their opportunity to get on it quickly.
Sean McAvoy in to take the draw. He's got Chabaklo on his left, and they get it back to the point. Liu, it's swiped away from him by Brendan Lang, who was hounding the defenseman at the point, and he kills some time. Off of this now, minute and 5 left on the 5-on-3. Tyson Storr, only defenseman out there for Cal. Well, Burbank is out there along with Sean Dolan. It goes through his stick. Cal was in too deep, though. Brendan Lang has a shorthanded chance. Down the left, shoots. First save by Como, and he stopped it. It fell between the pads, played it to his defense. It's McAvoy down the left side, behind the net, and Cal sets up shop on its power play. Chabaklo scored a statement goal in yesterday's win against USC. Here's McAvoy into a block. Cross-ice feed. Morris got there first. Another try to clear, and they will. That was Morris along with Christopher Williams, who has worn jersey number 8 all weekend. Today's in 39. Loose puck in front of the side of the net. UW clears. First man out of the box. And 40 seconds remaining on this Cal 5-on-4 power play. Cal gets some line changes. Trying to figure out who they want out there. Right now they've got 4 skaters out there. One more's got to join them. Now there's 5. Reyna up top has a man, stick handling. It's Dolam now. Back across the ice to Reyna for Lee. Quickly back to Reyna, top of the far circle. His shot just skips wide of the crease. Dolam at the blue line. Hands it back off to Chabaklo. Skating it. Looking for that right post, and it missed wide. Karam back up to the point. Now Reyna. Man fell down in front of him. Gets it back to Chabaklo. Looking in front. Off of a skate. Williams deflected the pass. Someone goes down behind the net, and Reddy jumped on top of the puck. Penalty is over. Back to full strength. What a kill by UW.
Yeah, UW did a really good job, especially on that 5-on-3, really making sure that Cal was spending most of the time in their own zone. Acknowledging that all they really have to do is waste their time here. Some good chances for Cal, though, too.
I'll tell you, though, Christopher Williams for UW, the D-man, he was tremendous out there. He got a couple of clears out from in front of their net. He was just a force for UW, and this could be a major momentum change with UW killing off the 2-man advantage from the Cal. It'll be interesting to see how they bounce now.
And we remember that Aiden Como save yesterday against USC and how that changed the complexion of the game. It was a 2-on-1 on the Cal netminder. In the second period, the first 5 minutes of the second, Cal was down 2-0, and they came back to tie it and eventually win.
Definitely see UW's deciding to go to the body more right now in the last minute.
A whistle here, and an official looking at the Cal bench because an icing was called. He wants to make sure that the same players are back out on the playing surface. Face-off upcoming in the Huskies' offensive zone. Jake Ferguson in to take it against Caden Roloff. It's pushed towards the Washington defense, and Konopka's got to juggle it quickly, throw it towards the net, and there was a slight deflection, but Como able to dust it aside. Fought for in the far corner. Irwin trying to gain possession, and it escapes to Brendan Baker, who muscles the puck out of the defensive end. Irwin picks it up, but an offside call at the blue line as UW was headed down the ice, maybe with an odd man rush. So they'll drop it back at center. Got a lot of viewers chiming into the comments section. We're reading them. We see you. Thanks for joining us. Glad you're here for the excitement of the PAC8 Championship game. Anthony Endress wins the draw and gets it back to the Cal defense. They cut off the dump-in attempt. Now across the center logo, it's played back to our right. Jason make that Jack Burbank back there for Cal to get it. Now through center, Cal able to wrist it to Zach Reddy behind his net. Huskies in their white jerseys with the purple trim, purple helmets, purple numbers. Here's a wrist shot from Tracy, kicked out by a shin pad into the near corner. Now Turia picks it up, carries out of his own end, hands off to Tyson Storr. Tried to force it to Lou along the right wing. Held up. Huskies win it free. Now Cameron Britt quickly for Konopka as Britt fell to the ice. Now Konopka in against Sean Dolan. And the big Cal defenseman bumped Konopka off the puck and got it out to center. Brian Bartolo run into. Huskies got to tag up because they're offside. And now here's Chabaklo deciding to retreat rather than force the issue into the zone. Back at center, got it taken away. McConnell tried to force the issue towards Como. Cal, maybe numbers down the ice if they hurry. Bartolo down the right side. Reyna in the slot. Backhands one. Little chip shot on the netminder with the 60-degree wedge. And Reddy hangs on with the glove. 6 minutes, 50 seconds in to the first. No score.
So far, I'm thinking the theme of this first period is really the battle for the neutral zone, because you're seeing a lot of back and forth play here, but neither team is really able to make any sort of concentrated effort or offensive push here. And so really it's going to be whoever's able to figure out the opposing team's forecheck and win those neutral zone battles.
Williams to his defensive partner, Morris. up the boards. Gable cut it off and fired it back in. Near side, Dom Wolf up and out using the glass. Ben Lampman down the right side, pressured by Arya Nahavadi. Had a man in front as two Golden Bears were watching Lampman all alone in front. I think that was Brendan Lang along with Lampman. Sepinen fell to the ice but sweeps it out to center. Now Williams takes the stick golf club style and smacks it all the way down. Here's Taria. Got tripped up. No call. Oh, here's one from the official behind the play. Taria got tripped up, and the puck was worked free by Irwin, who will go to the box after he thought he had a golden chance all alone in front of Como.
Yeah, that was a pretty obvious tripping call there. Foley swept his legs out from underneath him. And with this, Cal gets another opportunity to try to get something to work with their power play here. But neither team on the board yet.
No, and I think Cal's going to have to start taking advantage of these penalties that the Huskies are taking, because if UW keeps killing them, their momentum's definitely going to shift more and more to them throughout this first period.
Cal on the offensive end. McAvoy, a little too hot to handle off of his stick. Takes down a man, and the pass back to the right defense exits the zone. Tyson Storr through center. Stick handles and backhands one to the slot. Burbank was in pursuit, but he couldn't catch up to the pass. McAvoy on the forecheck, and it's cleared by UW the length of the ice.
Almost took out the Huntsman there.
The penalty kill so far for the Huskies has just been simply outstanding. They have really shut down Cal on any movement from the neutral zone into UW's end.
Here's Taria. Deep into the offensive zone, and Tyson Storr's there as well. Cycles it down low. Burbank behind the net, and his pass went off the side of the net. So Patrick Blue had to hustle down to get it. Huskies find it again and clear with 45 left on this penalty kill. Irwin in the box for tripping.
What the Huskies have done really well on this kill is they've blocked any passing lane Cal's trying to do right now.
And flicked back out all the way down. Huskies killed a 5-on-3 earlier. 3 different minor penalties have been assessed to the Huskies early, and they've killed them all at the blue line. Delayed offside. Golden Bears have to regroup. Aman Ali had a big night in the semifinals against San Jose State. He's out there. Helped win the puck battle, and all the way back down. This will do it for the man advantage. Irwin getting set to come back out. Cal goes 0 for 3 in the first half of this first period on the power play. Intercept. Wolf down to the right side of the ice. A wrist shot. Como tested up high, and he makes the stop.
So far, shots on goal are pretty even. Neither team really been able to get many shots off this first period, and both goaltenders not letting anything through.
Both teams are doing an outstanding job of standing each other up, and they're not getting those breaks like we watched the last couple of days here. But I keep getting this feeling, I don't know if you guys will agree, but whoever gets that first goal almost seems like they could be in the driver's seat. Because these goalies are outstanding for both teams.
Shot misses wide left here. Huskies quick to the rebound. They regain control. Wolf in the corner, and now Lampman wins the battle against Roloff and tries to force it to the front. Back there for the Huskies, and Cal picks it up. It's Baker. That's Ryan Lee, pardon me, in on the forecheck, and it's skipped back over his stick. Lampman picks it up as Roloff finishes his check on the top line forward for UW. Sean Dolan tried to sneak by Irwin, got tangled up. Puck works free. Arzumanov tried to thread it back through for Ferguson. Now Cal from right to left across neutral ice. Slew to the corner. Brushed off the puck by the Husky captain, Max Arzumanov. And elevated back out to center and down on the net. Como taps it to his right. Up ice. Lou got a deflection close to the red line. The Huskies coaching staff upset that that's not an icing, as that might have been slightly behind the red line where Patrick Lou deflected it, although it's cut off by the boards from our vantage point. Our Zumanoff trying to catch Ferguson, breaking to that far left post. Karam's off the corner boards, and Lou back the other way. Williams knocks him to the ice. Battle for the puck along the end boards. Lou backhands one to the stick of Arzumanoff. A couple of turnovers here for Cal early, both in their offensive and defensive zones, and being shut down on the power play. It's been a good start for this UW team. Tyson Storr coughed it up. Now Tracy. The Cal defense. Burbank plays it over to Taria, that starting defensive pair, trying to work it out. Chabaklo along the far boards is able to get it out. Maybe a 2-on-1 here with Storr down the left. Tried to get it back for Chabaklo, who falls into the net, which rips off the mooring. I don't know if we'll see a penalty here. Just good defense by the Huskies to get back and break up that partial 2-on-1. Shot on it. Cal unable to get a shot off. 12 minutes, 7 seconds into the first.
The Bears got to be really careful here, especially with the UW forecheck. So far during this game, Washington's done a really good job of keeping the Bears in their own zone in order to stop the momentum from shifting and getting them those really good offensive pushes. So the Bears really got to figure out how to improve their breakouts and spend less time in their own zone.
Chance off the end wall, and it slides dangerously in front of the crease. Reddy was watching, and now he's back in position, makes a stick stop, and directs it to the far boards. Cal off this offensive zone possession. Jason Lee tries to cut back. He'll glove it down at center, and near the blue line, fighting with Cameron Britt, and a whistle for a hand pass called by the official. Down to our left.
One thing I think, Josh, was really causing Cal some issues is the back checking by the Huskies right now. So far, Cal's had a couple of 2-on-1s, and due to that back check, they haven't got that break that I think they were looking at. So you got to give kudos to the Huskies on how they're really hustling back into the play when they get beat.
And a quick icing call off the neutral ice face-off. These two teams saw each other twice in the regular season, and they were two of the closer games that Cal has got wins out of, and that was back in Oakland. There was a 2-1 victory in the second game of that weekend series. And Cal won with 9 seconds to go in the third period. That goal was set up by their leading points getter, Kodai Mizuno, who's out for this championship game after sustaining an injury in yesterday's match against USC. UW was offside, so they tag up, and Lang, his shot deflected, and now off the boards. A nice outlet feed to Henry Conlon. He left it for Nahavani out of his net. Zach Reddy with the poke check, and that springs a breakout the other way for UW. A shot blocked by the Cal defense. Nice breakout up ice by the Golden Bears to get that chance, but an even better poke check by Reddy, who sprung his teammates the other way.
I'm a little surprised with how far he came out of the crease and the way he actually kind of tripped up the Cal player there, that there wasn't a call there.
No, but it was interesting on that one. It was almost like he decided he was going to be involved with that back check because he knew his defenseman wasn't catching the Cal player, and so he took a gamble, but I know he's comfortable coming out of his net.
Cal back out to the center red line. We'll take it back here. Up the ice on the right side. Into the zone. McAvoy tried to make a move to split the defense. Loose puck there. Sitting in the crease. How'd that not go in? Reddy was all over the blue paint. UW able to keep it out. Nasta at the point.
That was extremely close. Sorry, Ryan, but Reddy got his paddle down, but it bounced over it, and the puck was just sitting there, and Cal couldn't recover it.
And a shot on Como. He made that shoulder shrug save, and it glances into the netting above the Cal goal, and we stay scoreless.
One thing I'll give Reddy credit for, he's really good at not scrambling around now. Even on that one, when he lost it, he still stayed in position where he could dart in case Cal got it. He's a really good stay-home goalie when he needs to be.
Reyna has a man breaking towards the front of the net. Stopped by Reddy with the left leg pad as Christian Sepinen was right there on the doorstep. Duncan Needham. And the Huskies break it out. Treacy down the left side. Bartolo picks up the puck after Enzo Gable knocked Tracy off the puck. He picked it up. Miscommunication by Cal. But they'll win the puck back. And Reyna with some time to get it out to Chibaklo now. Down the left wing. Reyna picks it up behind the goal line. Down low in the corner. Reyna spinning with it. Got it bumped away by Needham. So Chibaklo charges down there and picked it up. Cycles back down for Reyna. Returns to Chibaklo. Made a nice move. Reyna, or make that Chibaklo tried to cut back in front. And he lost control of the puck as he went down. And UW. Cameron Britt out to center. And his backhander grazed the netting. So we'll get a neutral ice faceoff with under 5 minutes left in the first.
Cal's definitely increased their intensity. They're getting some more opportunities on the shot, but the Huskies are still clogging up those passing zones for them. But Cal has definitely turned it up in the last 3-4 minutes.
Burbank from the point. Slight deflection off the pillows of Reddy. Cycled back down low. Baker shrugging off Daniel Mosgrave. He'll cycle it the other way around, where it's picked up here by Aman Ali. Kept in at the blue line by Jason Lee, just barely. And he gets his feet taken out from underneath him as he swiped the puck to the far corner. Ali backhands one up to Jack Burbank, who tried to diagonally dump it in. Baker picks it up off the wall. Space atop the left circle. Shoots. And a rebound came out to McAvoy on the right side. Never got a shot away as he was tangled up with McConnell. Dolan calls for the puck. Enters the zone. Snaps a shot. Snared by the glove hand of Zach Reddy.
I just like watching both these goaltenders. They're so cool and calm in their area. They don't get rattled really easily at all. In fact, I haven't seen either one of them get rattled this weekend. They're just outstanding netliners.
To the right side of the UW goalie. Huskies try to break it out, and they will. Out to center. We've got a PAC8 shop link for you as icing is called here. Check out some PAC8 Championship hockey merch with that QR code or that link down in the corner of your screen. 16:38 into the first. It's a 0-0 tie. Shots in favor of the Golden Bears, 9-5. And it's Williams, far side. Cal took it away, and now it's the Huskies back on defense. Morris, Williams, chipped forward. Lampman tried to bat it out of the air, and now across the blue line, it sits there for Brendan Lang to pick up. Threw one towards the net, looking for maybe a tip from Morris, who was crashing down. And dangerously, that puck slobbed over the net, and Como watched it sail over his mask from behind the cage, and Cal was the first to it. They got it down on the other side. Here's Wolf. Cross ice feed and a tip by Ferguson up into the Cal bench, hit a player and came back to the ice.
I think that hit Caden Roloff right in the chest there. Although he seems unfazed as he gets back on the ice.
We've seen it bump a few Cal players while standing on the bench this weekend, at least in Cal games. Tyson Store's glove the other day. They called a whistle. Here's Irwin for the Huskies, and they're able to get it out. Ferguson to center ice. Arzumanov down the left side. The captain back in front, and the tip wide of the net. We're going to get our first Cal penalty of the game as the Huskies were threatening, and we're going to have a hooking call upcoming. Washington's first opportunity at a man advantage at 17:46 of the first.
Yeah, well, last night, or I guess yesterday afternoon, one of Cal's biggest problems with USC was actually their penalty kill, as I believe 3 of their goals, 2 or 3, were scored on the power play yesterday.
I remember at least 2 that they got on the power play.
Of Cal's goals?
USC's.
USC's, yeah, correct. Their first 2 goals were on the power play against the Golden Bears, and they took a 2-0 lead with that before Cal came back, and they actually tied the game on the power play in the third with a goal from McAvoy. Enzo Gable to the box. 2 minutes for a hook. So Washington here with a man advantage for the majority of the rest of this period. Arzumanov into the skates. Loose puck in front. Shot point blank stop by Como. And he locks it down.
It was interesting looking at the UW attack on there. Their D-men went all the way to the top of the circle. They both sucked down low on it to try to get an open in that slot area. That's an interesting tactic the Huskies are employing.
Arzumanov in the corner. Down for Lampman, one-time try. Now the point, Williams winds up, and a blast into traffic. I don't know if it ever got to the net of Como. McAvoy first to it along the boards, and he clears. Now Williams across the red line. Backhands one along the wall, behind the net. Como there. He's going to play it and use the far near side boards, rather. Try to get it out. It's played back in, though, by the Huskies. Morris back there with Lang. Now to the far side, Williams, Arzumanov. His one-timer went wide. Near side chance on that left post. And Como is down, looking at that right side post. Keeping it out. Huskies threatening one-timer. Stopped by Como. If it got on net, I couldn't really tell. Lampman. The top, Williams to his right, Arzumanov in front. Nice stick by a Cal defender there to get it back to center, and a high touch by Williams at center. He's going to just touch up as 34 seconds remain in the period and 21 on the power play. UW setting up shop behind the net, trying to find some quick one-timers on either side of the cage, but the Cal defense and Como were there to keep it out.
And perfect timing for a change here, too, as the Cal PK unit that was out there was starting to look really tired.
Now Irwin with a head of steam through center. Takes down a teammate as he fell to the ice. So Cal picked up the loose puck and got it deep. 5 seconds left on Gable's penalty. Irwin lost the puck. Cal fights for it, and they get it out. Penalty over. Final seconds remain here in the first period. Gable out of the box. Tangled up with Ferguson, and now forechecking. Buzzer sounds. Well, UW brought the shot total back. It was 9-5 Cal. With that power play, they knot up the total shots 9 apiece. Scores the same, too.
Completely locked up game here today after the first period.
Well, it's interesting from my vantage point. It looks like both teams are being cautious right now. They're seeing what they can get away with. Some tentativity out there, but it'll be interesting how both teams start the second. It was an excellent first period, a very entertaining game, and it went by real quick. So it'll be a fascinating second period after the adjustments.
No doubt we'll step aside for the first intermission. Come back in 15 minutes. No score here in the PAC8 Championship game. It's the California Golden Bears and the University of Washington Huskies for the championship. Thanks, everybody, for sticking with us for this one. Back after the first intermission. No score here from Eastern Washington. Golden Bears taking the ice now, and UW is out there. Everybody's getting ready for the second period puck drop here at the Eastern Washington University Student Rec Center. There's a big basketball gym behind us and a couple basketball courts and a full-on gym looking out to the ice surface. Well, guys, we're going to start this period at even strength, knotted up at 0, and ties, or make that shots, are tied 9-9. It's been an exciting game so far.
Well, it has been extremely interesting. Both teams their styles are mirroring each other.
And we see those comments, by the way, about the camera. So we'll try to get those resolved as soon as we can. Teams switch sides. Cal attacks from left to right, and UW from right to left. They've got it now. Across the blue line, shot on net. Steered aside by Como to the end wall. Picked up by the Huskies at the point. Morris towards the net, blocked by his own teammate. That was Lang in front. Back to Morris. He's got a man near side corner. Back up top. That was Wolf for Morris. Through traffic, wrist shot, score! The shot from Morris at the point, and a rebound. Gets knocked home. Looks like Ben Lampman got a stick on it, and it's 1-0 UW.
Well, Morris did a great job of shooting up high on Como, and he initially had it, and it bounced off his glove. And the UW player was just going to the front of the net when Morris took the shot. But nice bang play. But to be frank with you guys, I don't think that goal's going to do anything to Como's confidence. This kid is unshakable, but it's a good start for UW in this period.
Yeah, I also think part of the issue there was Cal just wasn't really matching the energy coming out into the second period the same way they were in the first. So I think they're going to need a little bit, or they're really just going to need to make some adjustments in terms of energy levels and not making some of the bad, somewhat lazy clears in their own zone that lead to those turnovers that create those scoring chances for UW.
If you want, and I totally concur with that, but UW seems to constantly start each period off with just a ton of energy. And I think they try to do that to catch the other teams off guard.
A shot by Dolam a few moments ago. That didn't miss by much, and it was a blocker save by Reddy. Now it's picked up by Washington. Back to center, and Berkeley at their own defensive blue line. Pick up. Now the captain for the Huskies gets it deep and goes off for a change. Up the ice, Trabaclo. Spins as he enters across the blue line and plays it down low for Reyna. Has some time behind the net. Looking for some help. Trabaclo, near side hash marks. Shrugged off the puck as he tried to get it back down low. It's played to the Cal defense. Gable tried to hurry it up the ice. Britt swarms in for UW. Saucered across. Cal's in the midst of a change. And Ryan Lee tried to get there. It's played back to the Cal blue line. Sepinen chipped it forward, but Britt intercepted it, takes it the other way. Along the near wall, Needham lays it back down low. Now Endress with space, tries a severe angle shot. He heard it pop off of Como's pads. 2.5 minutes in. Puck played back out to center, then into the zone offside, and the whistle sounds. Well, how did these two teams get here? Cal went on a tear this season, 25-0 over the course of the regular season. The only undefeated team in all of American Collegiate Hockey. Division II. At 25-0 by season's end. And in round one of these playoffs, defeated the University of California, San Diego, 7-2. And defeated Southern California in a 3-2 overtime win yesterday. That was an exciting one. Tyson Storr across the blue line, a trailer. Patrick Liu just out of his reach. Taria picks it up, slides it towards the net. Rebound sitting there at McAvoy's skates. And Liu tried to one-time it, but it remains on the stick of McAvoy. He tried to keep it in, but gave it up. Now a headman feed. Perfectly settles for Wolf. In alone, scores! A perfect stretch pass to tape to Wolf. And he goes to the backhand and beats Como blocker side. It's 2-0 Huskies.
And you saw that from when the Huskies started to break out. They were looking for that little stretch pass. And the Dogs just did a great job. He made Como commit first. That's what he was looking for. And he did a little head fake, and that got Como to bite on it, and then he just walked around. Easy backhand for him. Nice play by the Huskies.
And that line's combined for 2 goals in under 3 minutes to start this middle period.
But you could tell Wolf exactly that's what he was planning on doing. He wanted to see if he could get Como to bite on it, and he did. And just an outstanding play by the Huskies on how they broke out of it.
Two nothing Washington. Off the draw. Roloff almost poked it out to center. But it's Washington puck in the offensive end. Arzumanov, near side corner. Reversed it to the other wing, and Ferguson was there, got knocked off the puck, and now through center. Dolan plays it up for Jason Lee. Down the right side, stick handling, pulling up, has Roloff, intercepted by Ferguson, and he looks ahead the other way. Down the left side, Ferguson, and he plays it on net. Como covers up, and Irwin watches it. And we'll skate back to the bench. Almost 4 minutes into the first. Cal's been here before, though. They were here just yesterday when USC took a 2-0 lead at 7:54 of period 2.
Yeah, let's not forget, 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. So if the Cal coaches can get their bench a little more energized and get their players back in this game, I don't see any reason why Cal can't still come back and move this more in their favor.
And it's UW's done all that it's wanted to do so far here in the second and more. Here's Reyna up to Sepinen at the point towards net. Big rebound. Nobody there for Cal, so UW picks it up and moves it out to center. Tracy has Britt towards the net. Saucer's in front. Tip. Score! A perfect saucer feed to the stick of Britt, and he just roofs it past the Cal netminder Como. It's 3-0 Huskies. Not even 5 minutes into the middle frame.
It was an outstanding play. He basically just tipped that pass over to his linemate in between the Cal's defensive leg, and the UW player was just sitting there waiting for it. And again, UW looks like they're clicking now. They have really taken the play to Cal in this period. Josh, I want to get you to jump on this because you played with Cal last year. I've noticed what UW's doing. They're going to the physical game periodically. Is it definitely intentional? They're not doing it the whole time. Do you think that could be disrupting Cal? How sometimes UW will use the body heavily and then backs away from it?
You know, I don't really know if that's the issue that Cal is having right now. It kind of just seems like UW in this second period is just out skating them.
Here comes Lang, one-on-one, and a quick snapshot. Left his stick in a hurry, missed the net wide. Backhanded. Como gets a blocker save.
I don't know. I'm just getting the feeling if Cal doesn't respond out of here pretty soon, they may be in trouble, especially if UW pops another goal on them, because they are buzzing around there, the Huskies.
I think Cal's just got to get out of their head, put those past 3 goals behind them, and treat it as a blank slate. Try to put something on the board here.
Off the high glass to center, and Musgrave settles it down. There's a broken stick at center ice along the near wall, near the red line. Como out to play it. Backhands one up the near side. Irwin's going to get there first and play it back down. Ferguson from the corner. Needham wrists one off the right pad of Como. Off the boards, not out. Ferguson takes a hit by Brendan Baker. Back to the point. Campbell into a shot. He wristed it wide. It hit a man. Got deflected past that left post. Broken stick has been picked up. 6 minutes into the second period. 3-0 UW after a scoreless first. Now a stretch feed for Cal. McAvoy in, has Gable towards the net, flicks it for Lou, in the slot, loose puck, still sitting there, picked up by UW and fired the length of the ice by the Huskies' Anthony Endress, and it's going to be an icing. So Cal will get an O-zone puck drop upcoming.
UW is just putting relentless pressure on Cal right now. They're forcing Cal to kind of start chasing them around. And I know that's not the style of play Cal wants to do, but the Huskies are just full blown. They got the pedal down and they're not letting up at all. The attack has been incredible.
Back to get it for the purple and white was Needham. Now in front of the Cal bench, Cameron Britt picks up. Has the most recent goal after he tipped it in front of Como. Britt lets it go down for Quinn Tracy. Into the slot. Britt tried to get it back to the point, and it's Williams who had to step into it. He got there first. Shot deflected. Rebound. Right pad save. Pushed out by Cal. That was Tyson. That was Trent Torria in the crease, who gloved it out of harm's way. He's back now to get it. Having to fend off Dom Wolf. He's got 2 points in this period. This line, dangerous. Connected for the first 2 goals for UW. First 10 minutes. Here's a chance from the right circle. And Wolf got a shot on Como, who's down on his backside. He made the stop, and he holds on.
Como doing a lot to save Cal from a few dangerous situations there.
Well, that last one's a great example of it. Cal was just totally discombobulated chasing the Huskies, and the Huskies looked like they had 3 or 4 players out there. They were really actually only using 2 down low, but they had Cal really scrambling.
Twelve and a half to go. We're in the middle period. Shots were 9-9 after the first period of play, and now it's 18-10 in favor of the Huskies. Bartolo into the corner. Brendan Lang got there first. Kept in at the blue line by Dolan. He tries a shot. It carries to the left side. Another shot into a block and cleared by Washington. And we've got a slashing call coming to who? It's going to be against Brendan Lang of the Huskies. To the box. Another chance for Cal on the power play. It'll be their 4th power play opportunity of the game. 0 for 3 so far.
This is Cal's chance to really change the momentum here in the second period.
Well, that's one of the biggest adjustments I've seen so far that the coaching staff, the Huskies, made. They opened up their game. They got away from their tentative style in that first period, and they just decided to go an offensive attack.
Here's Cal. McAvoy peeling back around. Up top for Dolan. Back for McAvoy. Left circle. Taking a look. Shooting. Score! Sean McAvoy with time and space atop the left circle. Puts Cal on the board on the power play at 8:15 of the third.
This is exactly what Cal needed right here. Really needed to finally capitalize off of those power play opportunities that they've been getting and bring themselves back into the game against UW.
Cal did a good job of kicking traffic in front of Redding, because if you looked at how he reacted, he didn't even see the shot coming, and a nice shot by Cal players in the top corner.
McAvoy from Sean Dolan on the power play. Here comes Cal again. That was an important goal to respond to the 3 unanswered scored by the Huskies. Now all the way up the ice. Gable lets it drift by him, and they're going to call icing on Washington. So face-off upcoming in front of Reddy. McAvoy, what a great shot that was. We've seen some exciting goals here in this period. We had the tip from Cameron Britt, and the Lampman and Morris line combined for 2 goals. Cal responding with one of its own. Here come the Huskies. Como looks on into the right corner. And it's going to be a penalty coming to the Golden Bears, a slash in the corner. I think they're going to get Enzo Gable. 2 minutes at 8:52.
And that's an unfortunate time for that penalty with Cal. Cal looked like they definitely got their momentum going on that one. As you guys know, and what I've watched Cal, they like to score in bunches after they get their first one, and this may stunt them a little bit on that.
Here's Arzumanov peeling back up the ice. Here's a wrist shot from the point. Arzumanov got it up for Christopher Williams. And a stop by Como, who's been sharp. McAvoy versus Lampman in the faceoff dot. Cal gets a backhand on it all the way down behind Zach Reddy. Tyson Storr in on the forecheck for Cal on the penalty kill. Causes a disruption against Dominic Wolf. Wins the puck free. Backhands one towards the front of the net. Now the loose puck. Who can get there first? It's going to be Gable, or make that Roy Chabaklo. Enzo Gable's in the box. Chabaklo tried to keep it in. And now he watches Arzumanov down the left side. The captain for Washington. All the way to the far wall. Wolf is there. Now Lampman. Up to the point. Williams settles it off of his skate. Made a move to get around Chabaklo. But Chabaklo still watching him. And now a good clearing play from behind the goal line by Jack Burbank.
Cal's doing an excellent job of really stuffing the Huskies. They can't get their system set up on this power play, but you got to give credit to Cal for that. They've done a nice job of blocking things up, especially the passing lanes.
Morris had it poked away from him, and now Williams some trouble. Now Mark Reyna in pursuit. Watching Cameron Britt. Played for the Junior Sharks, did Cameron Britt with Macklin Celebrini back in San Jose. And now Britt's got it. Has a tip goal. He's got the third one. Backhands one on Como, who locks it up with 10 seconds remaining on his team's penalty kill. For those who don't know, Macklin Celebrini, of course, the first overall pick in last year's NHL draft and having a good rookie year with the San Jose Sharks. Cameron Britt from San Jose went to Valley Christian High School and has 32 points on the year for UW this season. It's his first year with the Huskies. Final seconds of their power play. A couple rebound chances in front of Como. Now around the net, wraparound try. Defensive play by Brendan Baker to break it up as the puck is cleared back out to center. And we're back to full strength.
Without a doubt, Baker prevented a goal right there by just getting his body in front of it. That puck was going in the net.
No doubt. Right place, right time for Baker to keep this a 2-goal lead. Now Cal's trying to cut back against. Here's Bartolo. Across the red line, has Reyna with him on the right side. Backhands one off the side of the net. Little rebound off the right leg pad of Reddy. But he captures it and keeps it under the glove hand.
Cal's done a really nice job of in-game adjustments on trying to really clog UW's attempt to pass it. They've done a really nice job of really shutting down the passing lanes on them. They're making the Huskies work a little bit harder, so you got to give credit on that adjustment in the game.
Tyson Storr kept the puck in by shielding the puck along the boards, and now it's flicked high in the air out the center. Brendan Lang trying to win the race to the loose puck, cutting in front of Como, and he scores!
And gentlemen, that's a set play by the Huskies. That high dump, it was definitely a dump and chase on that one. They looked at it from the blue line. They saw the Huskies player darting, and that was not a fluke. That was definitely a design play by the Huskies.
Brendan Lang, who on the season led in goals and points and shorthanded goals for these Huskies. Gets the fourth one for UW here and makes it 4-1 at 11:44 of the second. Response goal by these Huskies. Now Cal trying to answer. Conlon ahead for Lee around the net. Dominic Wolf with an assist on that goal. Shot from the point, and it caromed wide. Reddy looked around, and it never made it on net. Trent Torria first to pick it up. Britt back there. Tries to brush Torria off the puck, and Torria got the better of it. Ahead for Conlon. Pressuring Campbell. Conlon lost an edge, and the puck got stripped away from Campbell. And now Lee for Conlon. Wrists one, and stopped by Reddy. Directed it to the far wall. Back in front. Drifts into the near corner. Torria gets bodied by a pair of Huskies. And Sepinen, or make that Caden roll off, lost the puck, and it's cleared out. But Cal has it. Torria turns it right back. Pivots and backhands one into the opposite corner. Here's Campbell. Needham back for Campbell. They flick it ahead again. And Britt's not going to give this one chase as Nasta's back for Cal. Chabaklo pressured immediately by Jake Ferguson. Now Musgrave. Chabaklo wins the puck. Skates down the right side. Tried to make a move past the fence. Picks it back up. Backhands one towards the net. Now severe angle shot. Where is it? Reddy can't find it. Loose in front. And it's still loose. Everybody digging for it. And it's in. They're calling it a goal. The official behind the net says it's a good goal. Bartolo celebrates on his way to the bench. It's going to be a Bartolo goal at 13:29 of the second to make it a 2-goal deficit yet again.
Absolute chaos for that goal. The Bears showing their grit there, refusing to let the puck escape out of the crease, stopping at nothing to bury it in there. Some of the University of Washington players.
Madness in front.
Some of the University of Washington players talking to the ref right now. Probably disagreeing somewhat with the call. Some of them.
Now the officials swarmed the net area as the fray in front of Reddy began. And they were watching intently at where the puck was going.
From my angle, I couldn't tell, but was that puck loose? It looked like UW swarmed it, and they stuffed it. I couldn't tell if the puck was loose. I know the Husky staff who has basically the same vision I got. They said, no, they had to stop it. Could you guys see the puck at all down there, or were they just gritting it out and trying to push it in?
It definitely popped out.
Yep.
I couldn't tell when it actually got buried in, as there are a few too many bodies there, but
There were moments where you lost sight of it, but then you could see it loose, and everybody was digging at it, jousting for the puck, and then you just got to watch the official, who was right behind the net, and he gave the goal sign, and then celebration ensued from Bartolo and the Golden Bears, who have been down 3 twice in this game. Kept in by Storr at the blue line. Backhands one down into the corner. McAvoy spun back in front, and he had a man there for a moment. That was Patrick Liu, unable to get a handle on it. Gable at center. Fires it right back in. On the cage. Nahavandi in pursuit. Baker's down there as well. Wolf along the boards. Jason Lee pressures. It's kept in. Nice stick check by Lee. He stick handles. Has a man at the point. He takes it back up towards the blue line. Gable, it popped away from him, and that's going to spring the captain, Arzumanov, in a break. Wolf behind him. Shot. Stopped by Como. Puck is popped in the air, and that's a breakaway save for the Cal goalie.
And keep that in mind as the game goes on, because that could be a major save.
Another chance. Sails across the crease. Now along the near wall, Baker trying to keep possession. He's got it again now with a little bit more time and space. Baker down the left side. Tried to power his way past Williams towards the net. Kicked back in by Cal at the blue line. And now it's Lang down the left side. One defenseman in front of him, Dolan, does a good job positionally to prevent him from cutting to the net. And with under 4 to go, Cal finds it a little bit too far for Chabaclo, so Morris slings it back in. Dolan lost the handle on it for a second. Endress was there. Now Bartolo, he gave it away to Britt. Right circle. Britt, backhanded. Off of Como, got it right back. Britt behind the net. Now near side. Loose puck in front. Cal can't control. It's Tracy. Down the boards, Britt. To Tracy. Tried to spin it to the backhand. Shot from the right point. Missed that right post. Dolan can't clear. It's played back into the corner. Dolan another chance. Now he's got it. Over to Chabaclo. Rocketed off his stick blade. So Tracy picks up. And ahead for Britt. This line's been out there a while. Getting a little tired for UW. Same with this Cal defensive unit. Chabaclo with a little left in the tank. Stick handled into the offensive zone. Got it knocked away. So here comes Endress. Watched by Turia. Takes Endress into the wall. Frees up the puck. McAvoy. Through center. Made a nice move. McAvoy. Oh, and the backhander goes wide of the net. What a spectacular stick handling move to get by the defense. D to D. Turia hurries it towards the net. Off of a block to the near side. McAvoy, 1-on-3, wins the battle. A chance as he spins it on net from the near wall. And Reddy bobbled it for a moment, but then he jumps on top of it with 2:26 left in the middle period.
Sean McAvoy, a player we've been talking a lot about this weekend, helping build up this offensive drive for the Bears.
Ferguson getting kicked out of the faceoff circle. Patrick Liu in there for Cal against Arzumanov, who won it back for Washington. Now Irwin. Huskies get it back out. Now Burbank trying to get back. Turia's there. And he puts on the brakes behind Como. Tyson Storr flicks it forward. Tried to get it to a streaking Ryan Lee. Turia will pick it up from the blue line. Skates in and cross corner dump in by Turia, who's staying put on the right side for Cal. Trouble with it there on the far side for Burbank, but he plays it along for Tyson Storr. Cal's captain to the point. Turia wrists one, blocked, settled there for Lee. He tried to pick it up and fire towards the UW net. Tyson Storr will, and his wrist shot was fought off, and it slides all the way back out to center. Turia pressured, but does a nice job to escape and get it ahead, and unable to pick it up was Patrick Liu, as it was just out of his reach, so the Huskies fire it back in, and they're going to be caught on an icing here, as that was behind the red line, so the officials will try to pull out those players who were on the ice. If, well, they can remember. That'd be hard for me to remember.
Yeah, I don't know if I could keep track of that.
Yeah.
That'd be really difficult. But this is a great opportunity to give a shout out to this officiating crew. I think they've been outstanding each game. They have two sets of officials out here. I just think they've been really, really wonderful. They've been extremely consistent. Very impressed with the officiating crews this whole tournament.
The Cal coaching staff might disagree with that, as they're shouting some things at the officials. And well, I don't know what they could be complaining about. Maybe a player who was on the ice tried to stay off. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not saying the coaching staff for the teams are going to, but I think they've done an outstanding job this tournament.
That's a Gary Allen endorsement right there.
No question about it. I'll own that one all the time. I've really, out of all the games, it's very rare that I saw that there was a real questionable call.
They've tried to call it as evenly as possible all weekend. Here's Jason Lee with some space. He turns back up the near wall, kicked it to himself. Creates a little bit of space up for Dolan, and he got it back for Lee. Passing lane shut down by Arzumanov. And Lee's going to have to hurry into the corner to try to keep possession. Lee's got it still. Back up to Dolan. This time he shoots into the glove. That stung somebody. So loose puck picked up by Roloff. He tried to get a shot off, and it was blocked. Dolan, nice move. Shoots into the glove hand of Reddy, who saw that one. There was a little bit of a lane there that gave Reddy vision, and a nice shot by Dolan, but a better save from Zach Reddy, who robs him.
Reddy did a great job on that one because the Huskies were scrambling. They couldn't figure out where they wanted to go, and Cal put just a ton of pressure on him, and Reddy just kind of been a brick wall right now. They're helping his line mates out.
Not to mention, that was an absolute laser of a shot from Sean Dolan there.
Nice keep in for a second from Dolan, but Huskies get there first. And a forward pass from Dolan. That's going to be a hand pass, and that's a good call. As Dolan volleyballed it forward. And so the whistle sounds with 13.2 to go in period 2. And it's a 2-goal game in the PAC8 Championship game. On Super Bowl Sunday. Cal won the draw, and they swipe it all the way down. It'll be an icing as 6 seconds tick off the clock. 5.3 seconds to be exact. So Como will look on to his left for this faceoff. Five remain as there's a rugby-style fight for the puck, and the buzzer will sound. 2 periods of this championship game in the books, and we were scoreless after the first, but 6 goals in period 2. It's a 2-goal lead for the Washington Huskies, who exit into the locker room up by 2 and ahead of the shot count, 22-17. That was an exciting period. We've got an exciting third upcoming.
Very entertaining second period. Both teams put on great performances.
We saw big saves, exciting goals. More of that to come. Your thoughts, Josh?
Yeah, I don't know. Coming out of this intermission, it just seemed, like coming into the second period, it seemed like Cal just didn't quite have the energy that they needed to stop UW when they came out with the rush of 3 goals towards the beginning of the period. And I think one of the biggest things for them coming into this third period is starting out really strong and trying to get themselves back, on the board for the third period as soon as they possibly can, because that's going to be their best shot at overcoming this 2-goal deficit.
I think you hit that on the head, Josh, because I've noticed so far every game, Cal is, again, they seem to come out flat after the intermission, and I think that's been getting them in a bind. So definitely they're going to have to make an adjustment to come out and put more pressure on from the get-go.
And we'll come back with the third period of action for you from the Eastern Washington University Rec Center. 2 periods in the books. 1 more to go. Cal down by 2. It's all for the PAC8 trophy here in the building. Back after this. We'll see you in 15. PAC8 fans, as a reminder, check out some PAC8 Championship gear from the 2024-2025 Championship Tournament by scanning that QR code and visiting that link. Team's getting set to take the ice. Back in a moment with the third. Don't go anywhere. Bench is getting loud. Both teams trying to hype their guys up. Third period starts now. Cal down by 2. They were here yesterday against USC. Came back to force overtime and win it. We're going to have to do the same thing against UW as they start the third. Down by 2. We'll get that banner out of there. Sorry about that. And we are back to action here. Ryan Carlson, Josh Gores, and Gary Allen here on the call on this championship Sunday. Cal skates from right to left. Top lines out there for both teams. Here's the captain, Arzumanov. Backhands it to the Cal defense. Dolan. Cross ice, too far for his intended target of Patrick Liu. Play back up the near wall. Chibaklo spins once and then twice and still has the puck. Goes back to the defense to Rhea. He's had a good game for Cal. Back on defense. But he gives it up here. Here's Irwin with space on the left side. Cuts in front. Never got a shot away despite having the whole net to look out there. Como was on his side. And the only thing on that right side of the net was his glove. And a whistle sounds here. And Gary, sorry if you tried to chime in. I had the mic potted down, but your mic's there now.
No, I haven't really popped in anything, but now I'm going to take advantage of this delay. I truly have been impressed with the officiating crews they had here. So today's game, I went down and got their name. The referees are Chase Tannenberg and Thomas Williams. The linemen are Jacob Richardson and Kyle Zielinski, and supervisor Daniel Spohr. But again, I'm sure some coaching staff wouldn't agree with me, but to my view, they have done an outstanding job, and that's why I wanted to give them a shout-out.
And Gary doubles down on his endorsement and does some investigative journalism, getting some names. Well, nice work, Gary.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, as a former coach, I'm
hang on here as Washington's going to get called for a penalty. It's going to be a slash. Go ahead, Gary.
That's bad timing for Washington. They came out of the gate pretty well. But again, I mean, the coaches on all teams are not going to agree. But sitting up in the broadcast booth, I think the officials done just a superb job. I don't know what more you could ask out of them.
It'll be Quinn Treacy. 2 minutes of slashing call at 1:49 of the third. It's the 5th penalty kill for UW, and Cal back to the man advantage. They've got a goal so far on the power play. Came in the second. It was their first goal of the game. Now down by 2. It's a crucial time for Cal to try to get within 1. Side of the net. McAvoy pushed to the end wall, and he plays it to an empty point. Dolan was the only man along the blue line, and he was slanted more towards the near wall, so he goes all the way back.
I don't know, gentlemen. This seems like a real crucial, pivotal time for the Cals to get on the board here with this man advantage.
Dolan lost it at the blue line now. With the puck, Tyson Storr. No doubt about that, Gary, as we're in the last period here in a 2-goal game. Patrick Liu for Storr. Cross for Dolan. It skipped off the toe of his blade. Got it back to the captain, Storr. Quickly back for Dolan. Looks across the ice. Gets it there. McAvoy. He's got a power play goal already. Gets knocked to the ice. Loses the puck. And Brendan Lang can't catch up to it. The puck slides too far away. Como banks it off the wall, and McAvoy's got to regroup as his team gets a few line changes. Some fresh legs out there with 47 left on the man advantage. Dropped for Liu. Back down low of McAvoy. He's got space. Tries to thread it in front of the net. And a sliding block by Williams allows his teammates to clear.
That was actually Morris that's got his body over and then knocked down the whole shot and kicked it out. That was a really heads-up play by him.
Darren Morris. Thanks for that, Gary. Now Chabaklo sneaks by the defense. In front. Backhander. He scores! Roy Chabaklo gives the Golden Bears their 3rd goal of the game, and make it a 1-goal game. UW in front with 16:30 left.
This is exactly what the Golden Bears needed to start off this period. They really needed to be the ones to strike first here and get the momentum swing their way so that they can try to close this gap and not let UW extend their lead.
And I have no idea how he tucked that in, because Reddy it looked like he had his skate right up against the post. I'm wondering if it didn't kick underneath his ankle and the pad down there, because he was right on that post. But good heads-up play by the Cal players to tuck that in.
It's a power play goal. Brian Bartolo and Patrick Liu with the assists. At 3:30 of the third. 1-goal game. Played off the glass. Dolan. Over for Sepinen. Arzumanov picks it up through center. Made a nice move and gets sandwiched between the last line of Cal defense. We've got another penalty from the official in the corner. He's pointing towards Sean Dolan for an interference call. And the Cal bench looks confused and disappointed. Not in favor of the call, as we've seen a few of those where McAvoy will try to split the UW defense in the same kind of play where they're kind of sandwiched as they try to sneak by, and no call. Regardless, Cal to the box for the 3rd time this game at 4:22 of period 3. UW to the power play. 4-3 game, and they set up shop far side. Britt, a block by Cal's Roy Chabaklo. Now a wrist shot. Score! It's Irwin from the right point with a snapshot that finds the top left corner. Perfectly placed shot. It goes bar down, and UW back up by 2.
Just a well-placed shot through traffic there. Nothing much Como could do.
There was absolutely nothing Como could do. I had a great view of the shot, and there was a lot of traffic in front of him, and he was more toward his left, and the puck went top shelf to the right of him. There was zero Como could have done. There's no way he could even saw that puck. But to give credit to the Huskies, they really clogged in front of Como on that to take his vision away. But it was good bam play.
So a couple of power play goals in the third, and we're right back to where we started. 2-goal lead for the Huskies. Almost a quarter of the way into the period. Peter Konopka and Cameron Britt with the assists on the goal.
Now what I'm going to try to really look at is see if any of the teams will start getting tenser as the clock winds down. Generally, there's a tendency to do that, but it'll be interesting to see who can overcome that and just keep attacking.
Through center, it's Lang with Lampman on his right. He got it to him. Now on the slot, a wrist shot. Gloved by Como, and some physical stuff after the play. Lee and Lang with Bartolo behind the net. You got to stay disciplined if you're either side here. There's been 2 power play goals in this period already, and the tension's settled. I don't think they're going to take anybody this time, but the refs probably giving a warning from behind the net of Como.
Well, Cal took exception. It looked like the UW player swung a stick and caught Como on the blocker side, and that's what got Cal reacting. And then the UW player, he just came in to help his line mate out. And that was Morrison. He's pretty feisty. If you get him going, he likes that style of game, and so he's going to defend his line mate. But I think that's what happened. They just thought he took an unnecessary stick.
Cal wins the defensive zone draw. And it gets by the left defense of Darren Morris and goes all the way down. Lampman. Over for Morris and ahead to Wolf. Back skates. Fires one into the near corner. Hit the top of the boards. Below the glass. Took a weird bounce, but Ferguson roulette wheels it all the way behind the Cal net and up the ice. Chabaklo flicks it back into the right. So McAvoy's got to go chase it. Gets driven into the penalty box wall. A penalty upcoming to Arzumanov as he saw nothing but number 42. So he goes into the box, and Cal with another chance here at 5:50 of the third to get back within one. Might talk about adding more to this call. 2 minutes on the scoreboard at the moment. But it will be a checking from behind call. Two minutes it will be. So Cal to the man advantage. And off the faceoff, UW clears. Here's Cal, though. Taria to the right. Reyna snaps a shot. It got deflected down to the ice, and it skipped just wide of the goal mouth. Bartolo to Taria. On the left side, Chabaklo. He got it nudged away, but Taria tried to keep it in, and Ferguson dove, knocked it out, took Taria down with him. So Cal's going to have to regroup, and Taria with snow on the back of his jersey dances across the blue line offside. And the Cal forward unit upset as time stops, and they'll quickly change and get the next power play unit out there. Dolan has Burbank across the blue line on the right side. Has McAvoy now with space. He cuts in. Where is it? Reddy looking for it. Lou poking at it. And a whistle. No goal indication. I don't know how Reddy kept that out.
Looks like Redding got a stick in the back of his leg when he went and covered up the post. When Cal, again, that was malicious, but Cal was trying to push the puck in. And looks like he caught a stick in his leg on that one. So hopefully it's just a stinger on that one. But Cal went, again, they tried to tuck that in on that post like before what they did. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully Redding's all right.
The trainer's out to look at him. along with Konopka, Tracy, and Musgrave on the ice.
But the backup netminder for
And
the
so
Huskies
is Brendan Lang. And the backup, Jonah Nash, is getting ready in front of his bench. He's just stretching, getting loose in case Reddy is unable to continue past the 6:40 mark of period 3. Jonah Nash played in game 1 of this tournament for the University of Washington, where they defeated the Washington State Cougars by a score of 7-4 in the Apple Cup on ice here in the playoffs. And then last night it was Zach Reddy in net against San Jose State in that 10-1 win that got UW into the championship game here.
One thing that bodes well for the Huskies, Nash is an outstanding netminder too. So you don't see, where the number 1 and 2, there's a big gap in him. I mean, it's going to be really hurtful if Redding can't play. But Nash, he's an awfully strong goaltender also.
Now Reddy is getting up on his own power and shaking it off after being looked at by the trainer. It appears he'll remain in the crease. And both benches applauding the fact that he's okay.
Again, I think it was more like a stinger that caught him because of the way the stick, how Cal was putting pressure on. I think it just caught him right underneath the pad.
To the right side of Reddy. Still 1:09 to go on this Cal power play. Dolan keeps it in along the near side, and it's McAvoy who picks it up. Konopka trying to knock it away from McAvoy, who sneaks by. Got it for Dolan. He almost lost the handle, but he corralled it. McAvoy in the slot, back for Dolan, who tees it up and shot it just left of that near post. And it escapes the zone along the far boards. Patrick Liu turns and fires one off the corner wall and pursues it in front of the net himself. And it was brushed to the near corner by UW. Cal. Dolan with a shot blocked to the far side. Storr picks it up behind the net. Carries up the near side now. Tyson Storr leaves it for Dolan. Has some space. Takes a look. Behind the goal line. Has a man in front. One-timer scores! What a feed by Sean Dolan to find McAvoy in between the face-off dots. And he rocketed it past the legs of Reddy. It's a 1-goal game again. Another power play goal. And it's 5-4.
A Sean-to-Sean pass and a beautiful one-time shot from Sean McAvoy. He's been doing a lot of work this weekend. He's finally able to bring Cal within 1 goal during this third period.
And tip your cap to Cal. They flooded the net that time. They had 3 players literally in front of Redding on that one.
Dolan to McAvoy again. Those two combined on the first power play goal Cal scored, and the first goal Cal scored in this game. Cal back on the attack. But here comes UW. Pass was knocked down by the defensive Turia. And this puck is whipped across the front of Aiden Como. Blocked by Ryan Lee. Can Cal get it out? They will. It's Caden Roloff. Poked off of his stick. And he gets back and he ran into Irwin, who was chasing the puck and didn't really have possession. And so Roloff is going to be guilty of 2 minutes for interference, I believe.
Yeah, it seems like he just kind of stumbled into him and caught him there with unfortunate timing.
It looked like he ended up calling it a hook because he drug him down pretty well with his stick.
Fourth penalty to the Golden Bears. And there's been 3 penalties in the third and 3 power play goals. So the Golden Bears have to get a kill here as it's whipped across the ice and one time wide. Williams to the left point. It's Lang. And the pass too hot to handle for Lampman, so Cal clears. Here comes the Husky power play. A little bit of a miscommunication there. Lou pressures on the forecheck, causes a disturbance. Wolf picks it up the near side of the red line and floats one on net. It's skipped towards Como. Cal picks it up and clears it the length of the playing surface. Half of the power play gone. Patrick Lou watching Williams skate by with space, leaves it for Lang, and Williams and Gable tangled up along the half ball, tipped in front of Como, and then Dolan takes his man down while his teammate got it out the center, and it went off the glove of Irwin. That was Lampman tangled up with Dolan in front. Here comes Wolf. Poke check by McAvoy, who's watching him skate by, and Wolf shoots one wide. Britt kept it in. It gets by the stick of Wolf. Cal's got a clear here. Kept in by Konopka, though. Back down. Lou can't catch up to it. So Gable into the corner against Ferguson, who knocked Gable off the puck. And it was Britt who couldn't keep it in. 13 to go on the 5-on-4. Britt down the right side. Dolan watches him. Torria picks up his man. Now across the ice, Konopka. Wrist shot. Think that hit the blocker of Como as Britt on the far side spins it back on net into the corner. Power play over. Cal gets it up ice. Can they get it out, though? Just barely. And now at center, it was shot into Britt from friendly fire. Here comes Tracy trying to gain a step. His shot stopped by Como, who was ready on the left side of his crease. And he hangs on with under 10 to go in period 3. Big kill for the Golden Bears there.
It was, and I find it interesting. UW is trying to make Como make the first move, and that play right there, I think the Husky player was hoping he moved just a little bit, thinking he was going to go behind the net rather than just shooting it. And Como did a great job of not falling for it.
Here's Lee in the corner. Kicked it to himself, and he plays it back down for Jack Burbank. Touched along to Torria, and he lifts one out to center. Reyna kind of went off of his shoulder pads, and then he couldn't gain control. Back to the Cal defense, but a giveaway by Burbank to the stick of Tracy, who's down the left side. Punched out by Como with the blocker, and the Bears pick up. They get it in on net, and Reddy sees Baker bearing down towards him. And he'll freeze it on the left side of the ice with 8:59 left.
That's one player for Cal that's had an outstanding tournament is Baker. He is just continually hustling every time he's on the ice, and he seems to create something every shift he's out there.
To the point, Gable didn't get all of what he maybe wanted to on that shot, so it's UW the other way as they picked it off, and a man breaking towards the right side of the net, and a tip, score! Konopka fires it, and in front of the net, looks like it was Dominic Wolf who got a stick on it. No, it'll be Lampman leading the charge down the fist bump line, and he got a tip in front of Como. Redirected it into the net. And at 11:15, UW takes a 2-goal lead again.
Could you tell from your angle on that? It looked like Como's vision was taken away from him by the Huskies player, and I couldn't pick up if that's what you thought happened because it kind of squirted by him.
As we await for the official goal and assists to be announced. I didn't see too much traffic in front there, Gary. It was just a good shot towards the goal by Konopka. And, you know, the tip, on a tip shot, Como can only do so much.
So that's what it was, because that's what I
finds an
couldn't
opening.
pick up if it was tipped in or not. So that would explain it.
It sure was. An equipment issue for Zach Reddy. And they're checking out something near the top of the shoulders or the helmet of the UW goalie. So until they can figure that out. We'll wait to hear the official ruling on that goal. So far, I think it's Lampman with the tip, assisted from Peter Konopka and Dominic Wolf. Lampman had a 4-game point streak going into these playoffs and has made the score sheet in the first 2 rounds and, of course, here in the 3rd game. So extends that to a 7-game point streak for UW. The Issaquah Washington native. Reddy is back in between the pipes for Washington. So we're getting ready for the center ice faceoff following that most recent goal. So Konopka and Wolf with the assist, and it was Lampman's goal. Well, Cal's got to do it again. They've made this a 1-goal game a couple of times after being down by 2 or more. Now with under 10 to go, though, they have to act with urgency. Here's Taria. Plays it all the way around. Into the near corner. Chabaklo pulls his way to the front of the net. He got a shot away, but Reddy was there with the pads. And now Irwin hounding the Cal defense on the forecheck. Lang has it, and he had a man breaking behind the Cal defense in Lampman. He tried to get it to him, and Cal disrupts the play. Chabaklo and Williams behind the play. Involved in a mild altercation. Chabaklo staying disciplined, though. Can't put his team down here. With now 7:47 to go in this PAC8 Championship game.
But you got to give UW credit. Every time Cal scores and starts getting the momentum on their favor, the Huskies come back and answer that goal with one of their own. And so you got to give them credit on that one. They're not caving in at all.
Also, to be fair to the Bears, though, a lot of those goals have come from really good power play opportunities. And so I think the Bears really got to make sure that they're staying out of the penalty box for the remainder of the period. Otherwise, I don't know if they're going to have a shot.
Huge stop by Como as Lang gained some space on top of the right circle. And he fought it off up into the netting for another pause. 7:25 to go in the 3rd.
And that's an interesting take, Josh, because if I'm not mistaken, UW has about at least 3 or 4 more penalties than Cal does. And so that's why I'm finding it interesting.
I just think Cal hasn't been quite as good as capitalizing off of those power plays today, but I definitely think because of how deadly the UW power play unit has been, they really need to shut that down.
I'll totally concur with you on that one. There's no doubt about that.
We've got a whistle from behind the play, a slashing call. Como is at the bench. Anthony Endress is going to go to the box. And here's a power play chance for Cal at 12:50 of the 3rd. It'll be UW's 7th power penalty, of the game to Cal's 4.
And that penalty, gentlemen, will drive a coach crazy because I'm way behind the play on that one. I'm not really sure what the Husky was thinking.
Way out of the play.
Well, I was trying to be more sensitive, Ryan, than way out of play, but you're right.
The action was down to our left. The penalty occurred down to our right. Here's our Zumanoff with a backhand flick on Como, who gloved it to the side for Dolan to pick up. Dolan across the blue line. Waits for help. Burbank back for McAvoy. Shot. He scores! Into an open top right corner. McAvoy, the hat-trick goal. Puts the Golden Bears back within 1 with 6:42 to go in the 3rd.
There's a classic example of taking a penalty that was totally unnecessary and how that just hurt your team. Because UW had everything going in their favor. They pop it. You give credit to Cal. They took advantage of it. But those unnecessary penalties come back and bite you sometime during that game, any game.
Well, here we are again. 4 power play goals in the 3rd. And it's a 1-goal game. McAvoy the hat trick. Here's Brendan Lang with a backhander towards the slot. I think Como got a piece of it with the glove, and that went over the net into the glass. I didn't hear the assist on that goal. Did you guys catch it?
I did not.
Taria up the wall for Chibaklo, who's going to sneak by the defense here after poking it to himself. Another nice move. Chibaklo into the slot. His shot, I think, went off his stick and up into the protective netting behind Zach Reddy. So we'll see where they put this face-off. If it touched a UW stick, face-off will take place to the left of Zach Reddy, and that's what's going to happen. Well, Josh, Sean to Sean again, as Dolan is credited with the only assist on McAvoy's goal on that power play. And that's those two players connecting for a third time in the same fashion. McAvoy with the goal, Dolan with the assist. It's a one-goal game for the rest of this one. What a finish we'll have here. Fought for in the near corner in the Cal offensive zone. Up the wall, Jason Lee can't keep it in. He's going to have to get back against Irwin. 2-on-1 for the Huskies. Dolan watches, shoots. Well, that was Irwin with the shot, not Sean Dolan. Como with a better blocker save, and he kept it out as Irwin had time and space down the right wing. Here's Dolan the other way. His shot rates a rebound, but it dropped right in front of Reddy off the wrist shot from Dolan. And Reddy freezes the action, and both teams will get a full line change.
And I did find out that was Dolan that got the assist on the last Cal goal.
Yes. Thank you, Gary. I texted someone for some help and received the information needed. Shots are 37-25 UW. Jack Burbank's going to have to chase this puck in his own defensive end. D-to-D pass through the skates of Taria. Maybe wasn't expecting it, but Chibaklo picks up calmly and gets it for Burbank up the ice for Baker. Brendan Baker, the sturdy forward, enters the zone, and now Sepinen. That shot looked like it changed direction slightly and made its way on net. And Reddy had the vision, though, and made the stop.
That was a good pickup, Ryan, because it did. It started to drop on Redding, and he just kind of tracked it in. Josh, I have a question for you since you're extremely familiar with the coaching staff of Cal. Do they have a tendency to pull their net minors early, or they wait and see how the play is going?
I mean, to be honest, this season we haven't really had to see that much because I haven't really had these many close games. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I think I would start looking out right around the 2-minute mark if it's still a 1-goal deficit.
And we've got a penalty called, I think, to both players in the corner, both 88s, Dolan and Tracy were tangled up in the right corner boards, and they're going to take them both here. So I think we're going to skate 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes.
And again, that was a great call by the referee. They both were joshing back there. So rather than just penalizing one, he just decided to take both, even it up. That was a good heads-up play by the ref.
Holding to both guys, I think, is the call there. Now through center. Patrick Luke can't hang on to it. Tracy called for cross-checking and maybe Dolan for the hold. Gable across the blue line. Down the right side. Shoots, and that goes off the netminder Reddy to the near point. Kept in by Lou. We skate 4-on-4. A little more space out there. Reversed To the far side, Washington trying to set up the breakout. Ferguson plays it off the wall. Lampman. That was Williams off the wall. While Lampman, he sneaks by and shoots over the net. Cal picks up while Washington is in the midst of a change. Turia through center. Stick handles and has possession. He's getting some help coming from the bench. Lou picks it up in the corner. Gets it back to Lee. Had to really work to keep it in. He does. Back down for Lou. Back up for Lee. Now a little more time and space, but it deflects off his stick. And he had to go back and get it as it cleared the blue line. Tyson Storr. Didn't know Lou was changing. UW wanted the too many men call. Chabaklo trying to maintain possession as he makes his way down the right side. And UW knocked their man off the puck, and Chabaklo had cleared it. It'll be icing on the Huskies. And to be fair, UW had a case because Lou was on the ice right about when Cal touched the puck. But the refs, I don't know. That's a tough call to make there. They obviously didn't do it. As Lou was right at the bench, and it was a fraction of a second before he got off. Storr drops it for Chabaklo, who shot one wide off a deflection. Chabaklo blew a tire. Headman feed. Jake Ferguson with Lee getting back, and he slid off of his skates and down to the ice. And Ferguson goes off for a change. Something's wrong with his blade or his leg or something. So he goes right for the bench. And here's Burbank down the left for Chabaklo. Pulls it through the legs, carries into the corner, stops up, and his pass for Lee is off the target and drifts the length of the ice. Both penalties over. We're back to 5-on-5. Here's McAvoy. He's got 3 goals. Sneaking by Musgrave down the right. And he can't find the puck as he was bumped against the end wall. Now Konopka decides to take it back. Kill some more time off the clock. So we approach 2 minutes to go in the third. Here's Wolf. Reyna finishes his hit on Wolf. Como out to play it. Got to be careful here. Cal works it against the far boards. Time and space for Lou to pick up. Ahead for Reyna, who used the stick to bat it out of the air and too far ahead of him. So back into the Golden Bears end. Watch Como. See when the coaching staff pulls him. Nice feed, though, from the wall to get it out to Baker. His shot fluttered on net. And Reddy holds on for a whistle.
Yeah, I was wondering if the Cal was going to call a timeout there and set up their game plan on when they want to pull their goalie because they got the face-off down in the Huskies end.
They're telling Aiden Como to skate on over to the bench. Timeout, Golden Bears.
Been a very, very interesting and solid hockey game for the finals of this PAC8 tournament.
What an exciting game. 1:38 to go in a 1-goal contest for the PAC8 trophy. So UW will put out its top penalty killers, and Cal, its top players. A lot on the line here with under 2 to go. It'll be Patrick Lou into the faceoff against Ben Lampman. The net is empty, down to our right. Como's on the bench. Patrick Lou tangles up his man off the draw. Dolan, he's going to keep it in. Oh, no, they're going to say it's offside, and that kind of bodes nicely for Cal as Dolan had trouble settling a bouncing puck. And UW had poked it by him, and had the offside not been called, it would have been UW down the other way with an empty net. Patrick Lou back into the faceoff dot. Puck is still loose, and UW wins it again. The backhand one towards Como. He settles it for Dolan. Not a lot of time here. Como's going to have to start making his way towards the bench. Patrick Liu gets it deep. There goes Como. Cal behind the net. Big hit on McAvoy. Behind the net. He gets back up. Dolan at the point. Back down the boards to Patrick Liu. 1 minute left. 6-on-5 Golden Bears. McAvoy steps around a man. Into the far corner. Right side, it's shot. Loose puck. It's against the end wall behind the net. Now up top. Dolan takes a look. Right side. One-timer. Not getting all on that one that he wanted to was Patrick Liu as he fell to one knee. Got it on net, but ready with time to get over with the glove and make the stop.
That was a great slide by Reddy going left to right. And if Lou would have got it all, he would have got it in, but Reddy did a nice job.
Lou with the shot off the faceoff. Loose puck sitting in front. Fought for by McAvoy. Can they clear it? They will. Dolan keeps it on that side of the ice, though. Now he gets tangled up. A shot from the defensive blue line. And now Cal the other way. Given up. Shot towards the empty net. Wide. This is going to be an icing. With 25 seconds left. That UW unit will have to stay out there. And they're going to call a timeout. Huskies with the timeout. I don't know if you can do that in the NHL anymore. Call a timeout on an icing. I think they took that rule away. I'm not sure. But Huskies allowed to call one. Here with 25.1 seconds to go in the third. Cal's going to try to do all it can to knock this game up and force overtime. Huskies are going to try to hang on. Up by 1 goal. Under 30 seconds to go. All this for the PAC8 trophy. Huskies are ready to go. They're back on the ice first. The PAC8 trophy sits in the penalty box. You can see it just to the left of the red line on your screen. Here come the Golden Bears. Tyson Storr in to take the face-off to the left side. Where is it? Oh, it's a 2-on-1 for UW. Sean Dolan gets back. It's Wolf with an empty net. He scores! Dominic Wolf into the empty net. 16.5 seconds left in the game. UW is up by 2 again and have their sights set on the PAC8 trophy.
That might have just sealed the game for the Huskies, because I'd be amazed if they don't go in a total defensive system for the last 16.5 seconds of this game. I mean, anything's possible, but I'd be totally stunned if they don't play strictly defense now.
Wolf gets his second of the championship. Now off the face-off. Here comes Cal. Chabaklo got it poked away from him. The cage still empty. Down to our right. Cal wins it towards their own bench. McAvoy. Time's going to run out here. And the University of Washington Huskies, for the 4th time in their history, are PAC8 championships. PAC8 champions. And exuberance on the left side of the ice as they mob Zach Reddy.
Well played game by both squads, but definitely UW earned this hockey victory.
And the undefeated season for the Golden Bears into the playoffs comes up just short in the PAC8 championship game to the hands of the Eastern, make that the University of Washington Huskies. Who throw the gloves and helmets in the air and celebrate. And the fans here in attendance FaceTiming loved ones and taking photos of the champions in white and purple.
I do want to briefly just point out that the Bears, although they're disappointed right now, the energy on the bench right now is definitely very much looking forward. You know, unlike a lot of teams during this playoff, they still have regionals coming up, so this isn't the end of their season, and they're taking this very well. Obviously, not the way they wanted their season to end.
And now the handshake line across center ice in front of the PAC8 logo. Cal is, with an undefeated season, ranked high enough where there's a chance they could get an invite to regionals. The final rankings in the ACHA D2 come out this week. But with this win, UW will make its way to the ACHA regional tournament just outside of the Denver area later this month. Second championship for the Huskies in 3 seasons. And heartbreak on the Golden Bears side of things after a historic season. That these guys will remember forever. 25-0 into the playoffs. Getting by the first 2 rounds, playing in the championship game.
And it will be interesting to see if Cal gets an invite to the regional, because the only for sure thing is the winner of this tournament. But I'd be surprised if their record wouldn't get them a bump into it.
Well, I mean, they've been consistently ranked within the top 10 of the West here, so I wouldn't be surprised if they still end up getting an invite despite losing in this championship game.
And Cal exits the ice now. We'll have to keep an eye on those rankings coming out, and it looks like we're going to have some words from the commissioner. No, the PA is now reading. Well, they're going to give away an MVP of the playoffs trophy, and it's going to be Ben Lampman. I think this is the first time that they've handed out an MVP trophy in PAC8's history. And Ben Lampman calling a few teammates over. And they're not sure what he wants. They're calling Wolf and Lang over to take a photo with Lang. And now accepting the PAC8 trophy, Max Arzumanoff with the commissioner, Travis Allen. The photo is taken, and now they'll celebrate.
Well-played title game, no question about it. I just think this tournament's been superb for the last 3 days. All the teams gave it all they have. Congratulations for the Huskies. They played extremely well this weekend.
They sure did. Championship apparel is now available. Scan that QR code and visit that link to check out some PAC8 Championship gear for the Huskies as they celebrate with a PAC8 Cup. No goals were scored in the first period of this game. By the end of 2, it was 4-2 UW. And Cal came within 1 goal a multitude of times. And it was an empty netter at the end by Dom Wolf that sealed the deal.
You will.
And the team photo with the trophy. What a season for both teams. The number 1 and 2 seeds in the PAC8. And what a game this was. What a playoff weekend it was. We appreciate each and every one of you for hopping on and tuning in all weekend long. as we brought all the action to you. We had a great time, great hockey, and the Huskies hold the trophy for the second time in 3 years. There's Irwin bringing it over to his mom on the glass. A lot of parents in attendance here. And the team wants the fans to come out onto the ice. Well, guys, what a game. Any final thoughts?
Well, I just think it was a well-played game by everybody. It went just how the script wrote of the top two teams coming in the tournament and played it off, which is good to see because then there's, no doubt can be done. I just thought it was well played. I loved how the tournament ran, and it's been a blast working with you guys. And all I'm going to say on this, have a safe trip back down to Cal and go from there. That's all I have. UW, congratulations.
This was a well-fought game from the University of Washington the whole way through. The Bears did a great job of trying to close that gap and bring it within one goal each time, but every time they did, the Huskies just put one more in and really put the work in to get here today. A lot of hard-fought games and very deserving of this one.
Well said. We're going to keep it live and make sure we can get every player holding the trophy streamed to the fans sticking around and watching. And we will hang out here. UW takes down Washington State, San Jose State. And now UC Berkeley in the championship game. They all celebrate with a trophy. A few more guys left here. There's Campbell with it. And now Campbell looking at where to take it. I think that's everybody. Had a chance to skate with the trophy. I gotta take some photos. Well, we want to thank all of you for tuning in all weekend long. UW, your 2025 PAC8 champions here on this Super Bowl Sunday. Enjoy the Super Bowl if that's part of your plans for the Sunday afternoon. And we will sign off from Eastern Washington University for Gary Allen, Josh Gores, Harper Mead, our camera operator, and everybody here at the PAC8 Championship Weekend. We say thank you, and we will see you next year when the Huskies will look to defend their title when the season begins in the fall. I'm Ryan Carlson signing off. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and the off season.